Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you have an even better rest of your day. Yes, absolutely excited about today's news. I think it's hugely important when you start to, you kind of, what's the word I want to use? Mainstream media, traditional news outlets starting to put out more and more crypto information. Again, I know I made fun. I know I poked at Wise Ratings. I know with their newsletter. I know I poked at them, okay, but it does speak to the fact that this adoption in this new asset class, which is the digital asset space, is a thing, right? I mean, they literally named their newsletter crypto newsletter, Weiss Ratings, right? So I just thought that was really interesting, but it does, I thought it was really funny because they're not looking out for you and I. So they understand that the masses are going to be coming into this, especially during this next bull run. They understand it, and for me, it's complete money grab. Are they relying on their reputation? Absolutely, absolutely. They're betting on that reputation, but it's not for you and I. Just a side note, but I did watch another ad from them today, talking about it's XRP that they're talking about in that video. But yes, you have to watch the presentation to find out. But when they talk energy efficient, when you talk 37 times cheaper, when you talk I don't know, it was 37,000 times faster, all that kind of stuff. So my guess is that was definitely XRP without question, but it's pretty funny that they have a crypto newsletter. Anyway, I digress. So guys, listen, I'm going to go over some stuff here. I think it's hugely important. I hope you enjoy it. Guys, don't forget to check us out on Twitter at crypto_siege, CEEJ, and on Facebook at the Crypto Siege, the Crypto Siege. If you're a podcast person, you can certainly follow us on the podcast every single day on Spotify or iTunes or any of the or Stitcher, any of the main ones. You can definitely check us out there as well. All right, guys. So listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. Let's do it. So this is from CoinDesk Markets. So CoinDesk not only has their own CoinDesk thing, they also have CoinDesk Markets right now, and yeah, interesting stuff. Great for them. Good for them. They're combining again what's going on kind of in the traditional world, geopolitics, if you will, with digital assets. So I think that's very, very cool. I forget which one Alex Mashinsky says is on the more fair or fair in terms of what they do, because there are some that are owned technically by Digital Currency Group. Okay, so we can't forget that. There are some that are owned by bigger players, and they'll spin the narrative on what they think is best, for BTC a lot of times. But let's check this out. So first mover, it says, traders are getting better fills due to shrinking bid-ask spreads on Binance and other cryptocurrency exchanges. It's a sign of a healthy market. And also what they're going to add in this article is reaction to Jerome Powell's Thursday speech. This inflation targeting thing is interesting. So another thing I saw a tweet from Raoul Pal, very, very popular guy, trader, who was applauding Jerome Powell's moves, interestingly enough, and saying that we don't need deflation. Okay. Alex Mashinsky says we do need deflation. What do you think? Interesting. I thought it was from two very, very smart guys, two very successful guys, two different points of view. Very, very interesting. So let's go over this article from CoinDesk Markets. All right. So guys, listen, here it is. I read through most of this. I think it's pretty interesting. First mover, Binance is shrinking trading spreads and Bitcoin's Jackson Hole fizzle. Let me make sure that's the right article. I think it is. Oh. Yeah, it is. So we don't need that. All right, let's just go right here. Right here. Interesting little picture there. Price point. My poor little computer. I need to get a new one. Price point says Bitcoin was rising along with gold and the U.S. stock futures early Friday as traders reacted to the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's plan to let inflation run hot in coming years as the economy heals from the beer cold induced recession. For those of you new to the channel, new to listening, I reference this current situation that's going on in our country. Can't say the name. I call it the beer cold, so just in case you did not know. The largest cryptocurrency seen by some investors as a hedge against inflation changed hands around $11,450, staying in the range between $10,009 and $12,400, where it has been stuck since late July. In Asian markets, the Japanese yen jumped on haven buying after Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, who has pursued inflation-boosting policies, which have not worked. If you check out ITM Trading and some of the popular channels, Japan's thing didn't work. It's a mess over there. Said he would resign due to an illness. I did see that. Interesting. The timing of that, hugely interesting. You're reading First Movers CoinDesk Daily Markets newsletter assembled by CoinDesk Markets team. Okay, cool. So market moves. Getting in and out of a large Bitcoin trade on cryptocurrency exchanges like Binance or BitMEX isn't costing as much as it used to. Is that right? That might be a healthy sign that digital asset markets are maturing. At Binance, the world's biggest crypto exchange by trading volume, the daily average spread buy and sell orders in Bitcoin futures for 10 million quote size declined to a record low of 0.25 on Monday, according to data provided by research firm Skew. The spread, which typically narrows as an exchange order's book depth, increases, spiked to 7.95% during the March crash, but dropped shortly after. It has been in a declining trend ever since. The so-called bid-offer spread is the difference between the best available price to sell or buying something in a market. It essentially represents liquidity, the degree to which an asset can be quickly bought or sold on a marketplace at stable prices, right? And so this is the timing for it. And again, listen, when Paul Tudor Jones, what was it, Ray Dalio, when they publicly comment, not the stuff that they do behind closed doors, right? They're talking amongst their friends, right? They're on the golf course, they're hanging out at the golf club, right? And they're getting the word, right? That the market is about to happen and things are changing, and this is where we're going in the direction. When they start to publicly promote something, they've been thinking about it and talking about it and even doing it for months, if not years prior, probably more like months prior, right? Because it used to be a taboo thing to talk digital assets. Not anymore. Not anymore, right? Right? Not anymore. So a narrower spread, and a lot of these top financial guys are saying gold, silver, and digital assets now. They're adding digital assets in there, publicly now. So our time is coming. So where is that? Liquidity, the degree to which an asset can be bought quickly or sold on a marketplace at stable prices. A narrower spread implies a deeper market where there is sufficient volume of open orders so buyers and sellers can execute a trade without causing a big change in the price. That's in contrast to a weak liquidity environment, where large orders tend to move the price, increasing the cost of executing trades and deterring traders, especially institutions, and in turn causing a further decline in liquidity. The essence of this article is the liquidity is there. This is great. It's got the narrow spread. This is great for the market, especially for the institutions, because we need that capital from the institutions to enter into the space, right? It's not the number of institutions, it's the amount of capital that the institutions are putting into the space that's hugely important. And this is saying that it's starting to ramp up. Liquidity is there, and that's a great thing. So Binance and BitMEX offering record low spreads on a 10 million quote is a healthy market development, according to Dennis Vinokurov, head of research at London-based crypto prime broker be quant. The tighter the spread, the deeper the order book, the more market is able to withstand shocks. So that is obviously, that is great news. Just wanted to point that out. Definitely good read if you want to go check this out and learn more about that. So the market is doing its thing, and that is very cool for you and I, right? So we heard the news here from Crypto Eddie earlier today. Japanese financial, and shout out to the cryptic poet. I heard this dude has been making some calls and helping some of the community make some money. The digital asset space community make some money on some of his calls. You might want to check out the cryptic poet on Twitter. Check him out. See what he's recommending freely. See what he's recommending freely. Go check it out. See what he has to say, because I understand that he's been helping a lot. I see him getting a lot of praises, a lot of thank yous for the recommendations. Yeah, so that's a pretty cool deal. Shout out to the cryptic poet. So we heard from Crypto Eddie earlier this morning that SBI did launch. They did in fact launch the CFD. Now she says it's essentially a big time gambling. You know, you're kind of betting on the price, you know, of digital assets going up or down, and they're going to launch SBI. Mr. Yoshi Taka Kitao, they actually did launch it. It's launched. I think the effective date is the 31st is what she was saying. And that is a pretty cool deal. So let's read a little bit about this. Mr. Yoshi Taka Kitao, we all know he is the biggest fan ever of XRP, you know it, right? I hope you guys know that. Mr. Yoshi Taka Kitao is the biggest fan of XRP. For all the new guys, he is the head founder, chairman of SBI Holdings, right? So Japanese financial giant SBI to launch CFDs for Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP. And it's a Forex exchange in Japan, and they're going to start crypto CFD trading. In the digital assets, they're going to do it. Let's read on. Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings is preparing to launch contract for difference, or CFD, trading for major cryptocurrencies, major digital assets, as I like to say. Starting August 31st, SBI Holdings will start CFD trading service for crypto assets, including Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP. And as officially announced, the new service will be offered through SBI's foreign exchange focused arm, SBI FX Trade. The platform is accepting new account registrations immediately, the announcement notes. The new trading offering will allow SBI clients to trade crypto CFD contracts against the Japanese yen and the US dollar. Can you say liquidity? Enabling a total of 6 new trading pairs. According to the announcement, SBI FX Trade will become the first Forex exchange business in Japan to offer CFD trading for digital assets. A major financial institution in Japan, SBI Holdings has been actively involved in the crypto and blockchain space in recent years. The company is known as a key partner of major blockchain company, Ripple, which develops products on top of XRP, the third largest digital asset by market capitalization. Since 2016, SBI and Ripple have been collaborating on a joint venture known as SBI Ripple Asia, which intends to promote XRP use in Asian financial markets. SBI is also planning to integrate Ripple-powered settlement across Japanese ATMs. Wow, Mr. Yoshi Taka Kitao said he was going to do it, and he put it into place. So 31st will be the actual launch date, if you will, in the motion. They're accepting applications. You can register now. This is great news for XRP. SBI's upcoming crypto CFDs are not new for Japan, though. Last year, local crypto firm Liquid launched Bitcoin CFD trading. Okay, cool. That's all. So Mr. Yoshi Taka Kitao said he was going to do it. He has done it. I heard it earlier this morning from Crypto Eddie. Shout out to Crypto Eddie, who is always adding value to the community. So you definitely want to check her out on YouTube if you haven't done it. She is a go-to person in this community for the latest and greatest, especially what's going on in Japan. So that's great news. Again, liquidity for the market is hugely important. I'm going to share something that I thought was, listen, the New York Stock Exchange, let me share this, right? So you see this little article here. And I covered this last night, I believe, on the stream. The New York City Stock Exchange can allow firms to raise funding through direct listings, says the SEC. So XRP Crypto Wolf, big time OG in the space, another guy who continues to take his time, energy, and resource to share with the community. And we thank you so much, brother, for doing that. He said here, he said, this is interesting. So this is his tweet. So the SEC has given the green light for the New York Stock Exchange to allow companies to raise capital without the expense of traditional IPOs. This is great news for crypto companies like Coinbase and Ripple to make it easier on them with direct listings. And I agree with him, with XRP Crypto Wolf saying this. And let me share something that I think is going to be important for you guys to listen. This is from the people on the exchange here. Listen to this brief little talk here. Let me give some credit. This is Citadel Securities put this out. This dude works at Citadel Securities. Peter Giacchi, our head of DMM floor trading, spoke with Bloomberg TV about the robust IPO pipeline. We bring this up because we know Ripple has mentioned that they are going to IPO. The question is, when are they going to IPO? It's a strategic move, and I'm sure they're paying attention to it. And this is an interesting time. So let's listen to what he says here. The impact of volatility on the new issuance and rise of these. I don't know what SPAC is, but let's take a listen. Hopefully this thing will play. Come on.
They handled 3 IPOs alone, or 3 listings alone. We don't remember the last time that's really happened. It's certainly been a long time. Pete, are companies just trying to go public before the U.S. election here? What's going on with all these listings?
Well, first, thank you very much for having me on. I'm excited to be here with you today and to get a chance to talk about, what's going on in the IPO markets. It's an interesting time. We saw a little bit of a slowdown in the IPO markets.
Come on, commuter.
When the pandemic first hit in early March. But even through that time, as organization, we were selected for 12 out of the 14 IPOs that listed during that time. I think it's interesting that companies are coming to the market now. There is a lot of appetite for companies in the market right now. The IPO pipeline is robust. As you guys mentioned, the SPAC pipeline is really robust. We've been selected on 85% of all the SPACs that have listed on the New York Stock Exchange. We've also been selected on 78% of all the stocks that have been listed on the New York Stock Exchange for IPOs. So a pretty exciting time for the markets.
Right, but to the point about the election, we do right now see volatility elevated. Is the worry here that it will be more elevated later in the year? Why is right now the time that people are choosing to list on the exchange?
Yeah, I think that there was obviously some pent-up inventory coming to the market when we had the shutdown. Obviously, with a traumatic time that's happening around the world at that time, the world really did stop in its tracks. So I think we're starting to see some of that backlog come to the market. That's why it's so robust right now.
That's the reason. I don't know why she's going to this election thing, but in any case, unbelievable. So there is the pent up, if you will, backup of, waiting for, great projects, great fintech firms, if you will, to come into the space. It's just, this is interesting timing for Ripple. So we shall see what they're looking to do. We shall really, really see, but there's certainly a demand. People are looking for the latest and greatest technology. And with this New York Stock Exchange, what the SEC did with is allowing these companies to list on the exchange via direct listing versus, the IPO thing, the funding rounds for your IPOs is going to be really, really interesting to see what Ripple chooses to do. We all know that it's the darling, if you will, with already a 10 plus billion dollar valuation. It is the darling. Everyone is looking to get a hold of some of the shares or whatever Ripple is going to be offering out into the space. So we shall soon see, guys. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.